Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Great Matters. I'm Creepy Clown Girl, and alongside of me is the Sleeping Wendigo and Filia Noctis. Hi to the both of you.
Hello, Stacy.
Hello.
How are you doing? How's everybody doing? Are we doing good today?
Doing good. Hanging in here.
So, we have someone new for you guys to
Pick his
listen
brain.
to. Pick his brain. You know, just sift through the goo and see any little nuggets that we can find.
Yeah.
So glad I'm
He
not
goes by
eating.
HOJO. He goes by HOJO. And he's a writer.
Hello, Hojo, and thank you for joining Great Matters.
Well, thank you for
being
having
here.
me. Yes,
You're
thank you
very
for having me.
welcome. I like your
Thanks
voice.
for letting us. Yeah,
What's
you
that?
have a good voice. You have a good voice.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I have a voice for radio, a face for radio too.
Okay, so do we have any announcements or anything? Yes, we do have an announcement to make.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
CCG has hit our own little CCG has hit 1,000 followers,
Ooh.
Subscribers.
subscribers.
On YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're monetized now, right? You're in the club.
No, not monetized. I only have, well, anyways.
Anyway, so she's doing a 2-sentence horror stories invitational on her show.
Oh.
On her show, on her channel. So we will keep announcing that because we want lots of people to listen to it. We've got some big names, huge names
Wow.
in our
Yes,
community.
this is
Well,
going
the
to be
collab is officially closed. However, the video will be out before the 1K live stream. There will be no Grave Matters next week. Instead, come and join myself, Filia, and Wendigo over on my channel for the 1K live. Both the video and the 1K live stream is dedicated to our good friend JPC, Just Plain Creepy. So come over and join
We
us.
miss him.
Yes.
We miss him.
Yep. Rest in peace.
So
buddy.
anyway, yeah. So that's kind of a big thing for us when someone hits 1,000. So by all means, come and listen, join us.
Yeah.
Are there any other announcements?
don't think there's any other announcements
I don't
unless you
believe
see.
there is anymore. No.
Okay.
Hey, I just saw someone sneak in the door.
Yep. There it is.
Who's that over there? Who is that? Is that a Furby?
It's just
That's a
Furby.
Furby.
Hang on, I'm trying to get my phone to connect to my headset.
Okay.
Okay.
You're fine.
I might have to restart my phone. Just a sec.
And
Hey, we're
that
live.
is Furby.
Life things happen. So,
Also, please
Shit.
don't
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to restart my phone.
right.
okay.
Please don't forget to subscribe to the Nevermore Collective. We are 4 subscribers away from reaching our goal of
400.
400. So that's
Very cool.
Wow.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right to see you.
So also, don't forget to hit the like button.
Exactly.
Smash
Hi,
that like.
So,
Yep.
smash that like. We have some people in the chat.
Yep.
We have
I
15. We have 15
Yeah. Hello.
here, and
Hello, Pimp. I also see Director Void,
Hi, Director.
oh yep, and
LJ Jackson.
Oh, dear.
what is he saying? He says, "Hello, guys. Do
Why
you
do
all
you-
stop talking every time?"
I get on.
Stop
Do they
talking.
make you guys? But you know, dream do come true. Jason, I'll be there soon. Man, I have my passport to get into Canada. Meet me. I'll prove it.
What is that?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. This is the first time I've ever seen this account.
Right. Also, real quick, Raven is not here tonight. but Midnight Researcher is, so please everyone say hello to him and thank you for being here, Midnight.
And he will be responding to questions and things. He's the man behind the yellow stripe. So be polite and he will answer questions for you. But I still want to know this LJ person. LJ Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who they are.
What did he say? Or they say? Said? I can't even talk.
It's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
mouthful.
Saying something about y'all stop talking when I get here, and then
It
dream
turns
come true, Jason.
Who's
I'll be
Jason?
there soon. Have my passport to get into Canada. Meet me. I'll prove it. But I don't know. We
Sounds
don't have
illegal.
anybody. Yeah. We don't have anybody named Jason.
I think you're in the wrong stream.
maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Either that or it could be a bot because I'm even having a hard time reading their message.
Well, anyways, enough about LJ. Let's get to our guest, HOJO. I'm curious to know a little bit more about him. He is a comic book writer, I think, or illustrator, I believe.
I'm just a writer.
Author, excuse me. So, sorry, everyone.
He's
my
just
brain
the
went-
author. He just came up with the project and all. He's nothing special, you know. How you
Yeah.
doing, Hojo?
What's up, Monty? How are you doing?
I'm good, man.
Good to talk to you again.
And you, my friend, as always.
Yeah. Campaign's doing pretty good.
I see that. I watch it every day.
Yeah, I just got. I think I just got another backer like about 30 minutes ago.
Good for you, buddy. I'm so happy for you.
And where is
So-
the link?
I think the links are in the description.
Okay. If not, HOJO, after the show, please share with me the link. Thank you. So,
There's two links in the description. There's the Twitter and then there's the other one.
okay.
Can't wait to get my copy.
Okay.
When can I get my copy, Hojo?
I'm sure you'll have it by the 4th of July.
The 4th of July, that's so far away.
Yeah, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be fireworks and everything.
All right. I'll wait.
So, our purple bear, why don't you start us off?
How would you like me to do that?
Just keep doing what we're doing. Anyways,
Oh. I thought I already had. Yeah.
Yes, you have. I'm messing with you. I'm in.
Filia, I'm not
so-
touching that with a 10-foot pole, Filia.
I was wondering if anybody heard it.
I was just ignoring it.
I
Mhm.
didn't hear it.
Good.
But I decided to let it slide because we're in public and all.
But wait
It
until the
wasn't
stream is
that bad.
overlaid.
It really wasn't that bad. Although if Raven were here, it would have been a quote of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably so.
So, HOJO, for those that aren't familiar with you, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Well, I mean, I grew up on the East Coast. Lifelong comic fan. Love movies and just stories and world mythologies, history, all this stuff. And
Man after my own heart.
and I was in the military, and then I joined the military. Came up with this idea about 2005, something like that. And then life happens. We were gonna submit the bare bones of not even close to what we're doing now to comic publisher, but they were out of business when it came back. So shit happens, life happens, and then I found out these people were doing stuff without the publishers. They were doing it themselves, and got together, sold some guitar, sell some guitars, and get some money together, do what you need to do, tighten the belts, not brew as much beer. It's hard not to. I'm good at it. But so, and then here we are. I was like, just one day, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. And then I just rearranged it. And I just got this. I had put writing aside and everything, like, because I kept it hidden. I'm just this. My friends, but man, fuck you, man. It's loser, whatever. So, So I guess like here I am. So it's just like I've written so much stuff in so little time. Like I've got so much material. Like 6 issues of this is written. It's all plotted out. It's done. But I have 2 other writing commissions right now. I just had a guy like this give me my first paid gig. Like he's like, how much do you want? I have no freaking idea. So I gotta call my. I gotta go ping my editor, like, so what should I charge this guy? So I'm not getting ripped off and he's not getting ripped off.
Yeah, I had to ask, like, I got offered a contract to do an audiobook, and I had to ask, like, 5 different people, like, what do I charge this guy? I had no idea.
So, like, it's all coming together, man. I have all these ideas, man, of shit and stuff, like, something I want to write for my kids, eventually. Like a fantasy thing, and I have a dark fantasy that's fucking crazy. But,
Cool.
So, just one day, it's just funny how, like, more random day on Twitter looking at my terrible sports team led me to all of this.
Damn team. And no, great team.
No, they're terrible. But,
They're terrible, but you follow them anyways.
yes, it's a torturous.
Hey, I've been a Toronto Maple Leafs fan my whole life, and it's been a living hell, so.
Oh, some good friends of mine, like, in the comic world are Maple Leafs fans. Because I said,
Are they?
I was making fun of my other friend who's a Red Wings fan. I said, with the playoffs start Monday, go Blue Shirts. And he was like, so sad, so sad. I was like, well, at least we know they're octopus on the ice. And my friend who's a Maple Leafs fan, he's like, you mean this team, right? I was like, no. So.
The Red Wings.
Yeah, my friends were kind of upset with me because we were watching the last show before the Super Bowl. I said, sorry, I can't even remember the teams, but I called who was going to win. Yeah, I'm sitting there and I go, sorry again, but this is the team, I can't even remember all of it. And my friend looks over at me and goes, I'm mad at you right now. I go, okay. Damn, I should have bet higher.
I have terrible luck with sports betting.
I do too. I have terrible luck just gambling at all.
Oh, yeah.
The only gambling I've ever done besides poker was once when I was like maybe 13 or so. No, I couldn't have even been that old. But my mom took us to the track and she gave me like $10 to place bets with, and she would just go place bets on whatever horses I was picking. And I fucking made money. Like I left the track with like $22 in my pocket.
I mean, one time I went to Vegas, I won like $5,000. I was up 5,000, and then I lost ended up losing ended up losing 2,000 throughout the weekend over various proclivities and certain excesses. But yeah, I lived 8 hours from Vegas, so like on a motorcycle, it's like pew. Yeah, it was fun.
Oh man, the other day at work, sorry, I know this is way off topic, but it hurts like hell. The other day at work, I was trying to undo a bolt with an impact wrench, and the nut turned against my finger and split my nail down the side, and it hurts like a bitch.
Oh. I'm so glad.
So how did you come up with the name HOJO?
It's a childhood nickname. It's like, it's almost like it's like an internet persona now. It's like it's like the WWE. It's like me cranked up to 11. Like sometimes I have to tone it down to 11.
Oh.
because I can get amped up. It depends. Like if I am kind of from the south, so I drink. Sometimes I'll get amped up because I can tell a story. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm old, so when I saw just the name HOJO, I'm thinking, who are we interviewing from Howard Johnson's?
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. He was a baseball player in like the late '80s, early '90s. You know, and I was in little league, and well, I mean, instead of just calling me by my first name, he just called me HOJO. If you catch my drift.
Oh, no, that's good.
So
Right.
I was like, we'll do that, and it's like a famous hotel. That's they're like, oh, like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm the heir to Howard Johnson. Like, I have a lot of meth money. Because around my area of the woods, like all the HOJO like hotels and stuff, that's where this like skeevy like meth heads and stuff, and sad sometimes.
Oh, sweet.
Definitely gone.
I'm not even gonna ask why you know that.
I know a lot of people in the police departments.
Oh.
Oh,
No,
So
I mean,
is
it's
any-
smaller towns, man. Everybody knows, you know.
right.
Yeah, I feel ya.
So are any of your works currently for sale?
Yeah. I mean, if you guys could click on like whatever I think I put it in the channel up there. Somebody said they got it. They fund my comic.
I can post it. I'm posting it right now.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if it's telepathic bunny,
I know telepathic bunny.
well, that's what I found. I don't know who telepathic bunny is.
He probably had me on his channel. If you just searched me on YouTube or something, that's probably it.
It doesn't come
I've been
up as a link when I post it.
You're probably not a mod.
Oh, so one of us
Yeah.
has to do it.
Yeah. I'll post it in the VC then. Does that sound
Real quick,
appropriate?
hello to
Actually,
I put it up there in the Grave Matters thing, where somebody
yeah. Yes, that's like 2 rooms above us, 3 rooms above us, something like that. On the
Yeah,
Discord.
yeah.
It's always
Here's
great to see.
here. I've
new
got the
faces
other
here.
one, Wayne.
Okay. Always great to see new faces here.
There's 2 links to the 2 different campaigns.
Same campaign, like I mean,
Yeah,
other
well,
one is
same
like
campaign, but different sites. Sorry, my mistake.
yeah, like the Fund My Comics one. That one's a new startup where they take a less of a like. I would get more money from them. It's the same price for you guys, but like every like Kickstarter, all that stuff, they charge like eBay. It's a platform fee, and so they take a percentage of it. So like they take 3% versus 5%. Indiegogo.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So I mean, it's whatever you feel comfortable with. You're the consumer.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, freedom.
That's why I like my
You didn't
buy me
spell
a coffee page because they don't Ko-fi coffee, whatever it is, they don't take a fee at all. So if somebody gives me $5, I get $5.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, I have that effect on people. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
No, it's not you. If no one is familiar with them or whatever, head over when you get a chance and check out Haunted Eden's channel. So, anyways. So you
So when-
were. Oh, go ahead, Brad. I mean, for Bear.
What is? You can. I don't care. Everybody knows my name is Brad. If you didn't, my name is Brad. What is the plan for issue 2? Is there like a timeline sort of thing already?
Well, it's already written, so you don't have to worry about that. And
No, that's not my concern. I'm just wondering when I can have it.
oh, issue 2.
Yeah.
Oh, We'll get there, buddy. I can't slave these people away. We all have full-time
Okay.
jobs. It's going to be an event each
Okay.
time.
Yeah, I feel you.
Okay, I've got
like
both. Thanks.
But after I do that one, if that one does quite well, which I'm planning it is, because issue 2 is like this is great, but that is not like issue 2 like kicks the whole door down. You're just like, what? And so yeah, it's crazy. So this is what happens. Like, if I make more money on that one, I make the next 2 issues at the same time. Kind of like,
Oh, yeah.
you get a bigger budget, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I could just be like, tell this guy, be like, you sit at your desk and you're gonna draw more. Monkey, draw.
Draw, monkey, draw.
And I'm gonna pay you, and it's just gonna be, I'm gonna get it out of my system and into people's hands quicker.
Yeah. Well, I really hope that happens.
So I mean, issue 2,
Don't
like
lick me.
all I'm gonna say is like the last couple pages of this is just like this. Think of the first 2 issues as like like I told you last time, like a pilot. Like the first 2, like usually
Right.
when a new show comes on, it's like 2 hours long. It's like the first
Yeah.
2 episodes. That's what this is, and then that's
I
what
can't
really
wait to get.
kickstarts the whole fucking the whole freaking thing.
Yeah. I can't wait to get my hands on it, especially with that Peter Gilmore cover.
Oh man, it's fire, dude. And I'll tell you what, if we can get to 7, like that's gonna be the Peter Gilmore cover. That is gonna be the stretch goal. I'm gonna do a print, like a little mini print, kind of like a poster. It's like a little, it's gonna be the size of the comic book,
badass.
but it's gonna be
Right.
the entire. It's gonna be no logo, and it's gonna be no color at all, like what they call grayscale. And just it's
Yeah,
gonna be
that
completely
would
black.
be
That's gonna be
badass.
cool.
Because eventually, like if this pops off, like, and it starts to, gain steam, like I'll eventually make actual posters of that, and that's just gonna be fire. Because he Peter Gilmore is actually blowing up now. Like he's releasing ridiculous pages.
Sweet.
Like Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter, that's an amazing property.
Jack the Ripper has always fascinated me.
We'll keep reading.
So, what? I mean, I understand that you've liked comic books your whole life,
Yep.
but did you ever, or have you ever, written things like non-comic book things?
Oh yeah. I got a couple short stories. I've written all kinds of stuff.
Okay,
Yeah, I got a
that's
lot.
cool.
I got a lot. It's mainly
Okay.
ideas that can quickly be whipped into something. Like I've got my prose, like it's I guess what to say it around here ain't so good sometimes. So that's why I have an editor, and she was just like sometimes because like I had to flex those muscles again. I did a lot of creative writing back in the day and stuff, like just sometimes it's like I would watch a bad movie. I'm like, all right, this is what I would do different. This is where you messed up. I don't know if it's like, and it's kind of weird because like my job now is like QA. I tell people what they mess up. I'm like, you mess this up, go fix this.
Yeah.
So that's weird, but I like to fix things. I'm compelled to do that. Like the story is like, it has to fit everything. Like I almost wrote it in reverse. Like I knew how it was going to end before I wrote
Yeah.
it. Into it.
Yeah, exactly.
You sound so much like me because it's like I'm writing a fan fiction for a friend of mine, and I get about a quarter, about a halfway through, and I'm like laying there one night, and boom, came up with the ending. I'm like, okay, and
Yeah.
what goes in between now?
Yeah,
So-
it was much the same with my Skinwalker in Saskatchewan story. Like I knew the direction I wanted the story to go in, and I knew how I wanted it to end, but I couldn't figure out how to get to that place.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
it was actually reading Richard Chismar's book, The Boogeyman, or Chasing the Boogeyman, that sort of helped me figure out how to write it. So. I had to email him and tell him that, and he said it made his week. He was super glad to hear that.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's
like
nice to be on Go ahead.
No, it's just, I mean, like, the creative process is just great.
Yeah, I agree. It's only like 5,000 words, but I spewed it all out in one sitting, and then I did very little editing afterwards. It was my first real attempt at writing.
Yeah, I
And
did a short story. It's about 3,000, about 3,000 words. And I'm gonna turn it into a graphic novel, and I showed it to a couple friends of mine. He was like, "Man, I had to read that thing twice for like a serotonin rush." He said, "That's crazy." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna turn this into like a 48-page plus, possibly." Like, because he was like, "You built a world at like 3,000 words." I was like, "I know." Like, I was impressed because it's like a dark fantasy, and it's like I wanted to do something that was out of my wheelhouse. Like, I always like that because I have too much reverence for it to try to do it. Like, you know, like the Dark Crystal and shit like that, and Labyrinth and all that mess, man. And I can't, like, I was like, I can't do that, man. It'll be too cheesy. I'll mess it up. And then I came up with this one idea, and I was like, oh yeah, that's brilliant. And then I found the twist. And then that was it. Like, it pretty much wrote itself after that.
Once you find the hook, that's it, man. It's you're golden.
Just at the end, it's just like heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get started on that eventually. Like, I've got 2 pages, 2 pages already. So we'll get there.
Hey, that's a start, man.
Yeah.
That's more than I've written lately.
Well, a comic page is different. Visual storytelling is hard.
Hey, one at a time now.
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask if you had anybody specific that inspired you. I mean, because when we think about comic books and stuff, it seems like the artist is always the one that gets most of the credit.
Oh yeah. Know? But see, this is what it is. The art sells the book, but the writing will set the hook. Like, you'll buy like Image Comics back in the 90s, like they sold a lot of issue number 1s. I can't tell you what issue number 2 is about. I read it, and I'm like, oh, this is shiny. I'm like, well, it tastes like shit.
So, who inspired you?
I was a big he's a comic book writer, Peter David, Chris Claremont. He did a big run on X-Men back in the day. Peter, God, what am I saying? Alan Moore, the Grant Morrison, some British cats. He wrote Swamp Thing. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but it was just like he made it's just unreal. The writing was unreal.
Yeah.
But it's like horror influences, like, you know, like Clive Barker. I
like Clive Barker too.
I do too. Some of his stuff is just way out there.
Like, I have Stephen King's like a little long-winded for me sometimes, and like he talks about unnecessary.
Yeah, we talked about this before. Yeah, I'm not having this argument with you again.
Yeah. But like, I have his book on writing, which is gold. That's the best thing he's ever written.
You think so? I've never read it actually.
It is amazing. Like, I mean, it's even got a biography. If you don't want to read that, if that's not your bag, but just the rest of it, it's the best thing he's ever done.
Tale of the Dragon or something like that.
The Eyes of the Dragon.
No, it's just called On Writing. It's just called On Writing.
Oh,
yeah, no, his book on writing is just called On Writing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's I bought the audiobook. I listen to it from time to time. So that's cool. I mean, but yeah, it's fun, man. Like, I have this outlet where, like, I always had to do something, like make something, like create something, fix something. Like, you know, I got into the beer making. Like, it keeps me home because I hate golf.
Yeah. You mean whack fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just stupid because I can't play it.
You can play whack fuck.
I feel the same way. I don't play it because I can't.
I'm not
absolutely
Yeah, I hate
terrible
it.
at it.
Yeah, I'm terrible. It's stupid. Stupid. It's not sports. Whatever.
So,
Whatever. Uh,
This is why we're friends, Hojo.
yeah. So, I mean, I don't know, man. This is something good for me. Like, I finally found something that I always wanted this, but like, I never thought I'd ever be able to do it.
oh,
Yeah,
congratulations.
for sure.
So I have a question for you, Hojo. If you could write a note to yourself and send it back to your younger self, what would it say?
Pay more attention to the things that you were kind of interested in, like science and history, and like kind of don't be ashamed to try hard in school. Pay a little bit more attention.
That's good. That's good.
Because it's a passion of mine. But like when I finally did get out of the army, like when I was in the army, I took a few college classes. Like I got back into history and stuff. Because like this, if in a way, this book's kind of inspired by Indiana Jones. I love that, like, that whole these grand epic adventures and stuff. Like I try to make each. My goal is to make each issue this little self-contained adventure, and at the end you're like, oh, that's cool, but let's do it again. Let's go somewhere else.
Yeah, I really enjoy history. If I wouldn't have gone into the medical, I would have gone into history to be a teacher. Western, European history, Charlemagne, you name it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I would
that's,
say
it's not that's necessarily horror, although
Yeah.
some of the things that he did were horrible,
Yes. Lots of
the conquering and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah, that was the age back then. Like I listen to this YouTube sometimes. It's called Biographics. It's like a little 30-minute. It'll tell you everything you need to know about like a certain historical figure or something. Like it's pretty awesome.
that's cool.
I need to find that because I listen to a lot of history stuff.
Yeah, he's a British guy. He's pretty clever too.
One of the main history channels I watch is Oversimplified, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I don't want to pet you. Go lay down somewhere.
Okay.
Go,
What?
fatty. My big fat pit bull won't leave me alone. Go lay down.
Oh, those are the loveliest
Aw.
babies. They smile.
She can't
Mm.
function unless somebody is petting her at all times.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
My wife used to have a dog.
She
like
likes that dopamine.
Yeah. You should see how excited she gets when you call her fat. It's hilarious because she associates being called fat with being pet and stuff. And she is fat. Like, don't get me wrong. She's overweight. she loves being called fat. It's like her favorite thing.
Oh,
At least you don't have
Maybe
a
she-
complex.
yeah. Well, dogs recognize their name. So
Yeah.
maybe when
Oh
you call
yeah.
her
Oh
fat,
absolutely.
it's not
Oh,
her
yeah.
name.
She responds
She's
to
like, "Oh,
fatty.
Fatty."
She responds to fatty just as quickly as she responds to Juno.
Wow.
She's not in the room right now, and if I called out, "Come here, fatty," she'd come running.
That's the best thing I've heard. That is
That
the
is.
best thing.
Hey, fatty.
So,
I call
Hojo,
Fatty and she
Yes,
comes
ma'am.
running. See, that would have been a good. That would have been a good wave file.
so Hojo, if you could take a chapter, a part of your life, other than what may or may not have inspired some of your comics, which chapter in your life would that be that you would, or have you ever thought of creating a comic for?
Wow. No idea what you just asked him.
Yeah, I didn't understand that question at all.
Okay,
Um,
let me
So,
see if I can-
let's say, you said you were in the military, so
Yeah.
what part of your career in the military would be the villain, and what part of the being in the military would be the good, well, the like Superman or somebody, it's like, which chapter would you draw as a comic?
Okay, what chapter in your life would you draw as a comic? High school, would you draw your high school life as a comic?
Oh. No.
Yeah,
I don't think
I
I've ever
didn't
had a
answer this
question like that
question.
before.
Yeah, I didn't answer this question when it was asked of me when I did this show the first time. I could
Okay,
just
well, I
couldn't.
mean, I guess it would be I
usually
guess when I
phrase
was
it a
about
little
8 or
different.
9, like when the Ninja Turtles were popular, and like
Oh, excuse
it was
me.
fun.
PA Nightmares
It's like
loves
I was like
the
there was a lot of stuff
Power
happening. Like it
Rangers.
was like early '91. It was like '91, something like that. Like the grunge thing happened. I felt like it's like the world changed, man. There was like so much, like culture changed. So much things were available. I used to go to this silly. It's called. So like I guess because that was the happiest time of my life. I didn't really know about the world, how effed up it was, and
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
you get that young, you're just like going to the arcade and playing with your friend. You don't care. You going to
Yeah.
went to a skating rink. We call it Skate Town USA. It's a very original name. And it was
Phoenix,
near
we
my,
had Skate World.
it was like right down from the mall, and like we were just able to go to the mall by ourselves because my dad lived nearby the mall, like within walking distance. It was so awesome. Like we were hanging out there, like reading comic books from like Walden Books. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that store back in the day.
Yes.
Like
I remember Walden Book.
sat there chilling at this pizza spot at like in the toy store was right next door. It was just like to look around. If I could just like walk around, because they just tore them all down, dude. It's
Yeah, they do that with a lot of shopping malls now, unfortunately, because
oh man,
everybody's
I want to
fucking
sneak
buys
in
on
there and
Amazon.
steal some of the rubble.
Real quick,
The mall that I used
when we're done with this part, I believe Seth has a military question for you.
Oh,
I don't see a question anywhere.
Military question. That's all I see.
He
It's
put
more-
mil-
more-
where do you see it?
he put military questions ?
Oh, okay.
He said I
I'm
meant
not
are
seeing it.
he said I meant are we allowed to ask?
Oh, okay. Okay.
He's saying he doesn't. He's asking if we were even. He's asking if you were allowed to ask a military question.
Sure. Ask away.
Okay.
Well, of course, we don't want to go into depth, and
Yeah, I mean, I'll
Right.
take it as far as I need to take it.
okay, then we move on. But
As far as it's comfortable, baby. Sorry.
I'm starting to get a little bit drowsy, my friends. I just took my meds not long ago. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to duck out early.
okay, well,
Alright.
thank you for stopping by. Greatly
For
appreciate
sure, I
it.
was always glad to help out. Always glad to talk to Hojo anyway. So,
Yeah, man. Good to talk to you, buddy.
okay, you guys have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you for
You
very
too.
You bet. Good night, guys.
Sleep well, honey.
night.
Good
You too. Bye.
Bye.
No, what I was saying about the mall was
Yeah.
the mall that I used to go to. It was like
Mhm.
the best mall. You probably went there too, Cece. It was called Metro Center.
Yes.
And it was the biggest mall for a while. It had 2 stories and it was kind of in this U shape, and it was just
nice.
it was
Escalator. They have an escalator.
and an elevator.
Oh,
There was like
nice.
5 escalators, and we had dancing water. You know the
Oh yeah.
fountains. We had
Oh,
dancing
that's
water. And
nuts. That's nuts.
it was like the best, and they have gutted it and made it into offices,
She
medical
gone.
offices.
She gone.
And there was a little castles and coasters. It was pet golf, and then they started adding roller coasters, and it was like the amusement park next to the mall, and the driveway around the mall was circular. So then we started cruising at the mall, cruising in your jacked up car and stuff, and it hurts to see it the way it is now. It just breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Because that was the 80s, the mall culture.
Yeah, man.
And that was right when I was in that age, and it just, ponytail sticking out the side of your head, half a can of hairspray,
Bangles.
Your little Madonna bangles, little Madonna outfits,
Yeah, I gave my character like the little bangles. If you like, yeah.
We had quite a few closed down in my area. Bristol Mall probably is the most popular one that closed down.
That sucks. They take away all the fun, and they wonder what's wrong with our kids because our kids
I used
don't
to drive through Bristol every weekend. I know. Where do the kids hang out?
They just stay glued to electronics. It's like,
do you know how many Thomas was sold?
They would rather hang out in a chat room than go outside and, get on your little BMX bike, ride it to a mall, hang out with your friends. Why would they have to do that?
If this were 1993, this comic would have made $15,000 by now.
Well,
there's nowhere to give it to kids.
I will say part of it's probably with parents not wanting children to go outside. It's probably not the children's fault in this case.
Oh, please.
Well,
it's electronic. It's the age, and
well, I mean, I get that, but I mean, at the same time,
I guess
a lot of
parents... online video games, man. That's what they're doing. Like, you can't market it to them.
That's the new babysitter. The generation prior, Gen X, we got sat in front of the TV.
Yeah.
But we were allowed to go outside, and you didn't have to come home until.
Yeah, there was a hybrid of the TV and outside time. Like if you don't come in, you can't watch TV.
Now you can just take it out. Now you can just
like you got the kids with their tablets and stuff at dinner with their parents.
Mm-hmm. And nobody talks.
No.
Nope. And it's like, okay. So it's like, I have grandchildren, and I'm watching them, I'm being just observing, and I go, you know what? Why don't you look at your homework as a video game? What? I mean, come on. You know how much to buy a weapon for in a video game, and you can minus, subtract, and times and everything in a video game. Just pretend your homework is a video game, and I'm pretty sure you'll do just fine.
Yeah.
It's like, so it's
time for a funny question.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Do you have a phobia?
A phobia?
Yeah. Like an irrational fear.
Irrational fear? I don't know. What would you think, Kristen?
Well, like, are you afraid of heights?
I'm not afraid of heights. I don't like I don't. My wife's here, and I don't want her. I don't want her to hear it. I don't like flying in
Oh,
planes.
okay.
I don't like flying in planes. I'd rather jump out
Oh, I
of one.
understand that. No, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you jump out of a perfectly good plane?
I don't like being
Because
in
you were
one.
told to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I was the first one to volunteer. Like anyway, who wants to go first? But get me the fuck out of here. It's a rough ride. I think my mom let me watch La Bamba at an early age, and it kind of messed me up. Oh, I don't want to be in a plane. And she's never been in a plane in her life.
Yeah. Wow. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I guess that's the only phobia I have. Like, I mean, and a fear. Like, I just don't.
Well,
I don't
that
like it.
counts.
That's like a
Okay.
plane crash would be totally out of my control.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
My best advice if you fly on a plane, proven fact, sit behind the wings. No joke.
Behind the
Oh, that
wings.
is the safest place to sit,
Okay.
behind the
Mhm.
wings.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem with that is if you can see the wings, don't look outside because they're made. No,
I
seriously,
mean,
they're
no,
made
it's
to
not like it
flex.
terrifies me. I just don't like it. Like, I mean, I'll look out the window and stuff. It's cool. I'm fine with it. I don't like, but I can't sleep on a
Watching
plane,
the
and I've been
wings.
overseas, and it sucks.
What now? Was that a military plane? Because
No, we took
military.
commercial airliners over transatlantic
Oh.
flights. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Um. Okay. If you could have lunch with any comic book creator, either the artist or the author, if you could have what comic book person would you have lunch with?
I don't know. Maybe like J. Michael Straczynski, just because like he's done comics and a lot of other things. Like he did. You ever heard of Babylon 5?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a sci-fi. He wrote that.
Oh wow.
He
Okay.
did like
Cool.
he did a lot of Spider-Man stuff, and he's done some Thor. He's written that back in the day. But he does like I did with this. Like, it's all written. It's all done. He did all that before he did Babylon 5. Like, he wrote all 5 seasons before he even presented
Oh, Babylon 5 was great.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
it. And then Deep Space Nine, they stole the idea. 'Cause he
Yeah.
presented it to CBS and Paramount, and they're like, no, 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 no. And then all of a sudden, they came up with that after he left.
Well, I got a little tidbit for you, Hojo. Commander Benjamin Sisko, played by Avery Brooks.
Oh, Avery Brooks,
Also back in the late 70s, early 80s, was a co-star with Robert Urich.
Spencer for Hire.
Yeah.
He was Hawk.
Hire.
Hawk.
Yep, Hawk,
Mhm.
and he
Oh,
also
yeah.
did the spin-off A Man Called Hawk. Yep.
Yeah.
I can tell you the entire beginning of the A-Team, their real names, and the characters.
Nice.
Yep.
So,
On you for trivia.
C.A. Baracus.
Mr. T.
Yes.
so
And he was afraid. He was afraid to fly too. They drugged him every time. Put it in his milk or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Hojo, we have a couple questions in the chat. Josie Kitty wants to know what fuels your creativity.
Ooh, Reaper's Horror is here.
What fuels my creativity? Just to see what I can come up with. Just to see if I can surprise myself, like or like this with like a supernatural action mystery, like to try to see if you guys can figure it out. Like, I mean, the answers are everywhere. Like, it's lay the Easter eggs to try to fool the reader, misdirect you. Like, when you think one thing's going on, the other thing is just gonna pop out and be like, you're way wrong, or you had it the whole time. But you might figure it out, but a fun game to try to not let you figure it out.
I love challenges.
Yeah. So, and I have certain Easter eggs that are throughout the whole thing because it's my sandbox. Like, this is for me and like my kids.
That's
Like,
cool.
I like Easter eggs.
yeah.
Yeah. Pimp Demon asks, "Do you like ice cream sandwiches?"
I love them.
Yay!
Have
like
you ever
chocolate
tried the
chocolates.
salted caramel?
I'm not a big salted caramel fan. It's more my wife's style.
Oh.
I like I like this ice cream. It's called Cookie Monster. It's like blue, but it's like it's got cookie dough in it and Oreos. It's delicious.
Sounds good.
So I gotta ask this question. So Hojo,
Mm-hmm.
you were a bad boy. And
You were gonna
you're now
ask
on death. Yeah. And you're on death row now. So we'd like to know what you did to get on death row, what your last meal would be, and what would your method of execution be?
Oh. I guess I'd be on death row for would probably be in a foreign country for refusing to give up secrets. My last meal. Ooh. Well, we'll play the game to where I could have anything I wanted because it was a nice embassy style thing.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh god, crab cakes and fish and chips and raw oysters and lobster, a fucking seafood feast.
Okay. Okay.
My method of execution.
Now, yeah,
Oh, man.
anything. It could be from a long time ago, or you can do injections, or you know.
Mm.
Who was that?
I want somebody to try to beat me to death. I want them to bring the best they have and try to beat me to death.
That's a new one.
Gladiator
Oh, yeah.
style. Gladiator
Yeah.
style.
No weapons. Beat me if you.
Just
and then
fisticuffs.
and then if he can't, bring me somebody who can.
I like it. I
Wow.
like
That is a new
What-
one.
that was
Yeah,
one
it
of our
is.
funniest.
That
One of our
Yeah.
funniest responses was from MD Who Entertainment. We asked her that,
That's
and
who
she
it was.
goes,
That's who it was.
yeah, she goes, popcorn kernels and the electric chair. Mhm.
Yeah.
Popcorn kernels, though. I mean, I guess you're not really worried about dental issues after that.
No,
Right.
she's talking about
But she
popping.
wants to. Yeah, she wants to be full of popcorn kernels, and then when they
Yeah.
throw the switch on the electric chair, it will get hot, and then she will explode, spewing bloody popcorn everywhere.
Oh, that's way better than mine.
No, it's just different. It's just different.
I
I
like
personally
it.
want the guillotine,
Ooh, I don't know.
face down. Just do it, get over with. I
But
want
then you'll be
quick.
but
Well, I
then
didn't
you'll
wa-
be but then you'll be alive for 20 more seconds because your brain is technically still active. You would know everything that's going on.
Damn.
I don't know how I don't know how they check that. You know, they
You're-
say it, but how do they?
they
I
have
know it's
tested
been
they have tested it a couple times on people and it is proven and it is scary.
you know, they quit in France. They finally quit executing people with the guillotine in like 1975 or something.
I mean, that's no different than us here in the US because we still use the electric chair in some states.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have one place that offers hanging.
Wow.
I thought we quit doing hangings.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I can't remember. Honestly, I thought we still did.
We have a question in the chat.
We have a
Yes.
couple. We
Yes,
have two. We have another one from Josie and one from Reaper's Horror. Josie
And-
said. Josie said, "Oh, I also see one from Midnight. Josie says, "Are you a fan of the Umbrella Academy?"
I've never watched it. I haven't had time. I got kids, man. My wife's not gonna want to watch that. She's gonna be like, "I'm not watching that dumb stuff." I'm like, all right.
Reaper's Horror asks, does our guest have a favorite comic book villain or antagonist?
Ooh. I'll have a few.
There's
Like,
so many.
I like Sinestro from Green Lantern. I was a big fan. Like, I was a big X Factor fan back in the day. So Apocalypse. His like when he would have the Four Horsemen, like he turned Angel into Archangel for death. It's like when I'm on the live streams, I have a action figure of Archangel from the X-Men. And yeah, those are
Oh,
those are fave.
Josie said the comic, not the show. So I guess there's an Umbrella Academy show, comic book.
Oh yeah, I never got around to reading it. It was just going on. It's like when I was away from comics for a couple of years. Like I didn't realize it was a comic. I haven't read it.
Okay. Our dear friend behind the yellow line wants to know if you want to tell us what was your MOS in the military.
Is that really important? I was at an intel base, and then I was at an infantry base. I was stationed in Arizona.
Where in Arizona?
Fort Huachuca. Fort Huachuca, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I was stationed there in the beginning.
and I are both in Arizona.
Hold on,
right
sorry,
on.
I didn't hear him. What, HOJO?
I was stationed in Arizona, in Fort Huachuca, and then I got stationed in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. It's like military intelligence, and then 101st Airborne, like infantry. So, it's fun. It's not, MOSs aren't important. I don't like to get into wee contests with people.
Right. Well, a little tidbit about me, HOJO. I write literal poems about war.
Yes. Very good.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Wendigo, do you want to take the next question from Reaper's Horde?
Yeah. Reaper Horror asks, do you prefer writing the Marvel way, where only you write the basic plot, or do you prefer doing the full script way, where you detail the action and write the dialogue?
Oh, see, I have a hybrid. I know exactly what he's talking about. It's points to you, Reapers. I kind of do like a general outline of like I'll do kind of like story beats and what I want to occur in a certain issue. Like it's to leave something there to lead to the next one. And I kind of got like that's how I whittle away the pages. And so I'll kind of write like bullet points, and then I'll just fill that in with what I call just like a little bit of awesome. And then I do dialogue, and then I expand it out or contract it out as I need to, and then I'll go through and do a couple of edits, take what I need to do out, and then focus on like page turns. Like especially in a horror genre, you have to be able to like nail that page turn to where when they turn, they're like, "Oh my god!"
Which part of like writing is just like your not favorite? Like dialogue,
That's my favorite.
What's your least favorite?
Dialogue's my favorite, so we'll go with in this, trying to give like in a team book, trying to give everybody an equal amount of screen time to where they just don't show up and like just they're there just to do that one thing. Like in the end, this is like a team and a family because they're all like a bunch of misfits and monsters. I got no place else to go but with each other.
Oh, that's kind of like us.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have another question from Midnight Researcher.
What are some of the biggest possible pitfalls of new writers?
I guess getting ahead of your skis, like if you're trying to write something like, oh, I want this to be an epic, like, oh, this is gonna be a spin-off, this is gonna be like we're creating a shared universe, and I'm like, slow down, just do one thing well, and then the rest will come, in time. One of the biggest pitfalls of new writers is like, I think they haven't read enough or written enough. Like you have to read a lot. And, I'm guilty of it. I haven't read that much lately because I don't have time, man. My wife was down here a second ago. She was like, "How much longer are you gonna be?" I'm like, "Give me like 20 minutes." So it's just you just gotta. It's just like a muscle, man. It's not. You can't. A lot of people try to run before they can walk. Like I realized a long time ago. Like that's why I got an editor, man, because I would have her tell me feedback. I'm like, all right. She's like, well, this needs to go. I'm like, okay, well, tell me why. And then she, she's very patient. I'm sure, like she was done pulling her hair out, but she was proud of me with this because she read the whole. She's got some pretty decent comic titles under her belt.
Cool.
So.
Did this? I don't know if this is a weird question or not, because I don't really watch a lot of online comics.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have people voicing these characters, or is it literally just like reading it, but you don't have it in your hand?
Well, you can have the option. You can buy it for $8. It's like the one where it's on the digital platform. You can just get an email, and then like when I start shipping the books and give it a couple weeks, so there's no spoilers coming out, I'll send the digital stuff out, and then it's just a PDF file, and it kind of looks like a comic book. It opens up, and then you hit a button, and it flips over.
Okay.
But I have the physical books too.
Awesome.
Cool.
That would be something I would definitely need.
Yeah, there's a trailer. Like when this is all over, you guys can just go to that Fund My Comic or any of those. Just watch a trailer. I did the voice work, except for the lady.
Cool. Okay.
But we put that together. Got hand-drawn animation that was not cheap. And just tried to put like a professional-looking comic book together. And I was told by a guy who was like literally made $250,000 off of comic books in the past couple years. He's like, man, I was on his show a little while ago, and he said, yeah, because he backed it. He's like, I bought it. He's like, because this looks awesome. This is our level.
Wow. Wow.
You
That's
just gotta
awesome.
find the right people, man. Like
Yeah.
these guys like me, dude. He's like, you could turn this into a TV show, because I kind of gave him like a little rough outline. I was like, I'm not worried about TV right now. I don't want people to ruin this. Let me get this out of my system first, because it's 13 issues and it's done. It's one complete story arc and it is done. And of course, I'm a writer. I've written myself a backdoor if it kind of does take off, but I don't want to write it forever. I can't. It's like, unless you're like AC/DC, you can't play the same music over and over all the time.
Right?
Like I have layers. I got other ideas. I got some sci-fi stuff. I just don't like, as far as comic books, like I don't want to do like a traditional capes and like a superhero is like dun, 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 dun. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could ever write Superman.
No capes.
Spider-Man, I don't think I could do that. Like of course I could write the Hulk.
No capes.
I could write the Incredible Hulk. I could write that. He's my favorite character. I could write that. I could write his ass off. If they would just let me save the Incredible Hulk, I could do that. But I'm actually friends with the guy who used to draw that.
So being a comic book writer, whether out of your writings or other comic books, if you could compare yourself and your life to a comic book character and their life, who would it be?
Oh. I guess that would be the Hulk, man, because like sometimes like I mean I grew up an only child, so and I had some anger issues or whatever, and he has famous anger issues. But like sometimes he just wanted to be left alone. Like I wanted to be. I love being an only child. But I think it's because I had a cousin that was like a month apart from me, and he lived across the street. So it was kind of like having a brother. I just didn't have to do all the bullshit and him trying to take my toys and steal from me or something. But I had like I had a 9-to-5 brother. Didn't have to go home with him and share anything. But
Right.
so I don't know. I guess the Hulk, maybe.
Awesome choice. Awesome choice.
Yeah.
I wish I could say
Well,
Batman, but I'm not rich.
Right. Awesome. See, I think we have something from Reaper's Horror.
And Seth.
I already asked the one that Midnight did.
The Pitfalls.
Yeah, I already asked that one.
Oh.
I
I
see
missed
it.
that.
I see it. I'm reading it. Hold on. Fully written and started with the artwork.
Okay.
Anything you
Then
should avoid? Avoid putting too much dialogue on the panel to cover up the art. Let the art breathe a little bit. Don't have. I stick to a rule of like 7 panels. Rarely, I don't go anything over 6. And if it would be, there would be a series of like little thin, like sequential, like kind of like a picture of a ball dropping from the left all the way to the bottom right of the page. You know what I mean? Yeah, just keep it simple. Get Will Eisner's sequential art book. That's a good one.
Cool.
Learn visual storytelling. It's a lot harder. People think it's not a screenplay or what storyboards. Not. I'm gonna have to go soon, guys. The wife is. I do have to get up at. Way too early. Ugh.
Well, if you want to
Because
stop
it's been
now,
a blast. It's been a blast of a conversation. So that's how you know it's.
Well, you
Because I looked at.
7:30.
Yeah.
Bar time. But if you need to go now, we can close it out early.
We can go another 10 minutes.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Family life.
You're fine, dude. You don't need to worry.
That's the worst part of all this. The sacrifice from the family. But nothing worth heaven's ever easy.
So, you've written, I'm assuming, more than just this one comic book, right?
Yeah, I have 6 issues, and I have a 13 plan, and I have a 6-page story and an anthology coming up soon. As soon as they get the rest of the art, mine's been done since September. So
Okay.
it's
Awesome.
like
Really looking forward to it.
Son of Tarzan. I updated that.
Okay, so my question
Yep,
in all of that was, who was the hardest character to kill off for you? Who was which one made you writhe in pain?
I don't know if I've killed anybody yet. I can't give it away.
Okay. Okay.
It's not in this book. Like I haven't writhed in pain. Anybody who's died in this has probably deserved it.
Well, no, I meant which one for you would make you writhe in pain while you kill them off?
Oh, in this?
Like your favorite character that absolutely had to die. to keep
Oh,
it.
I can't because they're not even in this issue. I can't even. I cannot reveal their name. I cannot reveal what. Or I cannot because it would give everything away right now. It would feel you would hate me for it in the future.
Okay.
I do have a favorite because it's almost like me. It's like the conscience of the book, like the one you wouldn't think that would be the most like devout person and like believer of like really good people. Because in the end, this book really is about like it's like believing in people. Like it would be like it's funny because it takes monsters to show human beings what it's like to be good, good people, like pure, I guess, even though they're considered like dirty. You know what I mean? Like people look at them like monsters. I know it's cliche because that's what they say about the X-Men, but this isn't the X-Men. We're not even like humanity's not even aware that these people exist, and for some of them good reason. Because this all takes place under people's noses. Like nobody knows about this. It's almost like they don't have the little memories, mind wipe thing like Men in Black, but it's they clean up well.
Shh. My talking dog is trying to talk.
Well, it's about that time. So, Wendigo and Filia or Hojo, we'll go ahead and start with you. Any final words? Then Wendigo and Filia, and then I'll close the show.
Okay.
You want me to go
So
first?
Hojo, you got me.
Okay, yeah, you make me go first. Okay, yeah. Well, I hope you guys jump on board because you really haven't seen anything yet. It gets pretty epic. I know that's a cliche word too, but trust me, I know what I'm doing, and it's like there's still some original art for sale there, and one of them might be gone soon, so. It's I just want people to know that this is a very important book to me, and that you are going to be entertained. If nothing else, you're going to be entertained out of like you won't even be able to put it down. Like I've read the PDF 3 times, and obviously the trailer. I'm sick of watching the trailer. Like I actually gave it to my wife, and like cause she was skeptical of the whole thing. She read the script. I don't think she really grasped it. She didn't visualize what the words meant, but she read it. And she was like, "Oh, I get it now. It's just awesome." Like, yep, I told you. Just let me do my thing. So that's a long-winded answer. Keep hearing a humming noise.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it's coming from.
I just thought about it. That might be my fan
Right.
because
Well, that's
3 days
awesome.
ago it was cold, and then literally the next day it was like 88 degrees. And today it was only 60. Doesn't make sense.
So everyone, please check the links to Hojo's comic and his artwork in the description. Filia or Wendigo?
I would like to thank everyone in the chat for coming here for the show tonight. Thank you, Hojo, for coming on to the show. It was very nice to have you on here. It was very fun to get to ask you these questions and find out more about you.
Yeah, man, it was a pleasure.
Thank you, Filia and Cece, for allowing me to be on the show with you. And thank you, Midnight, for hosting the show tonight.
Awesome. Hojo, it was nice to meet you.
Yes.
I'd like to have you back on either show, this one or the other one.
Sure.
I can't wait to read the comic when it comes out. like I said, I don't normally like online, but I will make an exception for you.
All right.
And everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. Thanks for giving good questions. And we're going to have some changes after April and maybe after May. We are going to go down to twice a month. So we will keep everybody posted on how we're doing that. And next week's, we don't have a show next week. Never mind. Next week,
Yeah, I'll
Disregard.
it's CCT's 1K party. And she's going to live stream. So that will be where the show is next week, is at CCG's. And thanks, everybody. Thanks, Midnight Researcher. Thank you, HOJO, Wendigo, and CC. Again, everybody. Everybody we love. Okay, I'm trying to put the, trying to put the links back up. And it messed up. Anyway, okay, I'm done. I'm back now.
Okay, again, like Filia said, we do not have a show of Grave Matters next week. And so head on over to my channel, 8 Central, 9 Eastern for my 1K live stream. Also on that day before the live stream, there will be my 1K 2-sentence horror story collab video featuring some very, very amazingly talented people, like Just Plain Creepy, Vidith 22, Lone Wolf, The Sleeping Wendigo, Unit 522, Dr. Creepin, and many, many more. So look for that video. Next week's show is a open show night. So if you would like to join, please DM me. Hope to see you guys there. Thank you to Midnight Researcher for hosting the show tonight. HOJO, awesome interview tonight. Really enjoyed having you on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
A million. Really great to get to know you. Thank you to Filia and Wendigo for being here tonight. Thank you to everyone in the chat. So until next week on my channel, stay frightened, and remember, if you do listen, the graves always whisper. And once you join the collective, you can leave nevermore. Good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Good night. See ya.